الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Yesterday we started discussion on the verses that talks about Ramadan, fasting in the month of Ramadan, where Almighty Allah is saying, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Then in the and these two verses that follows it, we said yesterday the Mufassir is saying as-sawm madrasatul taqwa. Fasting is a school of piety, and we mentioned yesterday what is meant by school of piety, because it teaches us self-discipline, it teaches us self-control. When you are fasting, you try to be disciplined to a certain level. You try to control yourself upon all that. You feel thirsty to drink water, you feel hungry to eat food, but you try to control yourself. Say, no, I can't try it because Almighty Allah has forbidden it. And it is a source of spiritual growth. It is month of Ramadan, you are expected to grow spiritually. Grow spiritually. What we mean by that is having control of your inner self, so that at the end of Ramadan you should be able to say that I have achieved some certain things. Then it also teaches us to have empathy for those in need. When you are fasting, there are those that are in need that maybe you don't care for, you don't cater for before that time. But in the month of Ramadan, you see everybody trying to be good, to do good. That is naturally, that is how month of Ramadan is. Even those who don't have, try to give, no matter how small it is. Therefore, the month of Ramadan is meant for, you should be able to have empathy, to have sympathy for those that are in need. Then cultivate the attitude of gratitude. You should be able to thank Almighty Allah. All these things, as I said yesterday, so that when months of Ramadan get to an end, you should be able to say to a certain level, I've achieved some certain things. You are expected to see some kind of reformation in you. That is why I said yesterday, whoever fasts the whole month of Ramadan and at the end of the day, he does not see any change in him, he should know he only succeeded in starving himself. That is only what he succeeded in doing. Because when month of Ramadan get to an end, you are expected to grow spiritually, morally. People should be able to say, Kai, this month he has gotten a lot of discipline from me. That is what is expected from month of Ramadan. Then today he's saying that لما كانت هذه العبادة مقرونة بمعاناة نعم وصبر على ترك اللذائذ المادية. He said, for the fact that this month of Ramadan كانت هذه العبادة, worshipping in the month of Ramadan مقرونة بمعاناة, is associated with suffering. What do you mean by suffering? Because you are trying to discipline yourself. There are certain things that you are, if it is other months you do it, you eat at any time, you drink at any time, you talk anyhow. But month of Ramadan, you try to discipline yourself in this aspect. Wasabur, and a lot of patience you need in month of Ramadan, because without patience you cannot fast during the month of Ramadan. There are many forbidden things that you have to stop. Allah, what patience? What do you persevere for? Allah tarki lazaiz al-madiyah, to leave the material pleasure. In month of Ramadan, there are material pleasures that you have to forsake. You have to force yourself to leave it. Then, most especially when month of Ramadan fall in the month of what? In the time of autumn, we call summer. Why does he use summer as an example? Because in summer you have hot temperatures. You have long days. In some countries you see where days are up to 18 hours, 16 hours. How does those people, how do they feel? It is only patience that will make you to overcome all this. And you have a vibrant nature. And this type of summer, when we're in summer, people like traveling because the weather is hot, Those who are able to do, they leave their own country to go to a place where the weather is what? Is moderate. But upon all that, when month of Ramadan first in it, you are expected to endure all these kind of inconveniences to see that you obey, you abide by the rules and regulations of Almighty Allah. Then he said most especially when it falls, month of Ramadan falls in summer. In al-ayah, this particular verse that we recited, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Tarahat mawdu as-sawm. He said it presents what? The subject of fasting. Bi asalib mutanawwiya, with different approaches. Litahayya ruhul insan, to prepare the spirit of human being. Because you have to prepare yourself liqabul hadha al-hukm, for you to be able to accept this law. Allah said the month of Ramadan has been prescribed, has been ordained for you to fast. Then what do? You have to prepare yourself to accept this reality. The reality is that for complete 1 month, you just have to abide by it, irrespective of whatever you face. Yeah, there are certain times that you may need to break your fasting for one reason or the other. When it becomes unbearable. When fasting becomes unbearable, somebody fasts, and right now, if he does not drink water, he may collapse and go. Then in this kind of situation, he's exempted. He's allowed to break his fast, drink water, because Allah will tell you, you read the law, bikumul yusra, wala yuridu bikumul al-usra. He wants ease for you. He does not want to put you in hardship. Then he said, Tabtadiul ayah aw bi uslubin khitabi. He said, this ayah started with what? With a rhetoric style. The way he talks to you, he wants to convince you. He wants to tell you that you are not the first person to start this fasting. Those who came before you, they were asked to fast also. Therefore, you should not see it as exceptional or Almighty Allah wanted to punish you. Then, what I call Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. What does he mean by rhetoric style? He call you Ya. Are you not happy for Allah to address you Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu? You are as a human being and as a Muslim. When Almighty Allah say Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, it creates source of happiness in you. That Almighty Allah recognize me. He's even calling me Ya ayyuhalladhina. Oh, you believe? He said Wahuwa nidaun yaftahu shigafil al-qalb. He said this is a call that opens what? That opens one's heart. Immediately you hear this word, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, it opens your heart that, oh Allah, what does he want to tell me? Wa yarfa'u manawiyat, and it raises your morale. It raises your morale because now Allah is addressing you as a believer. Now this one alone is okay to raise your morale. Then al-insan wa yushahidu himatahu, and it sharpens his resolve. His resolve to do what? To fast. To see that he sticks to fasting. To see that he fasts the way Almighty Allah wanted him to fast. To see that he endure the hardship that is associated with fasting. Wafihi lazzatun. He said in this address alone, when he say Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, there is delight. You feel happy because Almighty Allah is addressing you. That you believe. He's addressing you. Qala anha Imam Sadiq. He said Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said lazzatun ma fi nida. He said there is pleasure, there is delight in that call alone. For Allah to address you, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. He's preparing your mind for you that there is a hukum, there is law that is coming. You should know that this law is not meant to punish you. It's meant to upgrade you, to raise you spiritually and morally. So that after the end of Ramadan, you should be able to be more near to Almighty Allah. Your proximity to Almighty Allah will be very, very close. Then he said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. He used the word, Ya ayyuhal, oh you who believe. Azala, he said, by this word alone, Azala ta'bal ibada wal ina. He said, by this word, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alone, it removes the hardship of worship and fatigue in Ramadan. It removes the hardship associated with what? With this worship of fasting to Almighty Allah. He said, ثُمَّ تَبَيَّنَ الْآيَةِ, and the ayah explained and asawma, that the fasting, faridatun, is compulsory, obligatory, is compulsory. Kutibat aidan alal umam sabiqah. It was ordained for the for the nations that come before you. As I said earlier, Allah does not want to point what ma yaf'alu Allah bi azabikum in shakartum wa amantum. What does Allah has to do with punishing you if you are grateful to Him and believe in Him? He doesn't have anything. He does not take anything. He does not take any lazza, any pleasure, any delight in punishing you. He said, "Anal ayah ana som faridatun," that som, fasting, is compulsory, obligatory. Kutibat aidan alal umam. It was also written for the nations, generations that came before you. ثم تبين الآية فلسفة الصوم. Then ayah again explained the philosophy behind fasting. It is not just you fast. As we said earlier, there are, in every law of Almighty Allah, there is philosophy, there is logic behind it. But one thing we need to ask ourselves is that all the logic and philosophy behind every hukum, every law of Almighty Allah, can we comprehend all? No. Because our sense of reasoning, our intellect is also limited. Therefore, there's level we can think. We may be able to comprehend some, we may not be able to comprehend some. The one we comprehend, alhamdulillah, we comprehend it and we thank Allah. The one we cannot comprehend, we don't have alternative than to say, Sadaqallahul Azim, Aliyul Azim. Allah, you have said the truth. I asked somebody when he was trying to say that every law is something that, I said, no, it's not true. Can you tell me when you're performing ablution, when you wash your hand, you just take small water and do like this? Tell me what is the logic behind it. What is the rationale? Just take water after you wash your right hand and left hand. You just take small water, you do like, you rinse your head. What is the logic? Yes, there is logic, there is philosophy behind it. At times we may be able to comprehend it, at times we may not be able to comprehend. But once it is confirmed that this is the hukum, this is the law of Almighty Allah, we just have to submit. Samina wa ata'na. Now, it said تبين الآية فلسفة الصوم وما يعود بها على الإنسان, and what human being get from it in terms of benefit of fasting. Because you must have it. It is beneficial to human being. Especially you train yourself. I said it last time that there are many people who want to live one attitude or the other, but they find it difficult to live it. But when Ramadan comes, they make that vow that I'm going to see this opportunity to desist from this kind of act. You will see that Allah will help him after Ramadan. He will just wash his hand. He is through with it. These are the benefits. Because it's a month of training. It's a month by which you train your soul, train your body, so that you can be a reformed human being. لِتَكُونَ هَذِهِ الْإِبَادَةِ مَحْبُوبَةً مُلْتَصِقَةً بِنَفْسِ. So that this ibadah, this worship we are saying, it should be a worship that is beloved by you yourself and Almighty Allah. When you obey Him also, you also become beloved servant of who? Of Almighty Allah. And it will be attached to your soul. And once you try to train your soul to a certain level, your soul will respond. That is normal. Soul will respond when you try to train it. But when you leave it and you don't care about your soul, it will remain the way it is. But as a human being, Almighty Allah, when we try to train ourselves to see that we upgrade it, definitely you will see the changes even after Ramadan. Then he said, Al-Ayah Taliya, the subsequent ayah, Tattajihu Aidan ila Takhfif min Tabi Som, aims to tell you that Allah is it for you. That is Takhfif. Min Tabi, from that hardship you face when you are fasting. What is it? He said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun ayyaman ma'dudat faman kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin. There's no law that has no what? Exception. Yes, Ramadan fasting is compulsory on each and individual. But there are some exceptional cases where you don't need to fast. فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا, whoever is ill, is sick among you, أو على سفر, or on a journey, فَإِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى. He said this ayah aims to address this kind of hardship that one face in terms of when you are fasting. وَتَقُولْ أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودًا. This fasting, is it for the whole year? What of if Allah said that we should fast throughout the whole year? Can we do anything? But he said ayyama madudat, a limited number of days. It is not every year. A limited number of days, which is one full month. You are expected to do this fasting. Even this one full month, there's likelihood that you may feel sick, you are still exempted from it. There's likelihood journey may come in Ramadan, whether willingly or unwillingly, one can travel. Do we understand what I'm saying? Willingly or unwillingly, like now, I may not have journey that is necessary. But for one reason or the other, I just decided to travel in Ramadan. Does it stop me from fasting? Yes. Once I'm able to cut what they call haddul farasikho, tarachus. Yes. Once you have reached that miles or kilometers that is expected, then you can break your fast. In that case, that is why he's saying that all this time, all the hardship that is associated with it, Allah wanted to ease it for us. Ayyama madudat, a limited number of days. فَالْفَرِيدَةُ لَا تَحْتَلُ إِلَّا مَسَاحَةً صَغِيرَةً مِنْ أَيَّامِ السَّنَةِ. He said this obligation that Allah says that it is compulsory for you to fast, لَا تَحْتَلُ, it will not take what? إِلَّا مَسَاحَةً, except small portion of the days in a month. Some days in a year, it only takes some days in a year for you to do it, which is the full 1 month of what? Of the month of Ramadan. ثُمَّ تَقُولُ, then he came here to say, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا, whoever among you that is what? That is sick, is ill, أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ, or on journey, فَإِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى, he should make up for it after the passing of what? After Ramadan. He should make up. If you are ill, you are sick, and this kind of sickness, you see, that is why fiqh is very important, because he here cannot explain everything. Which kind of sickness? Is it every sickness? There are sickness that you have to make up. There are sickness that you just have to be given food, because this sickness is not sickness that comes and goes. It has come and it continues to be here. Somebody who has a chronic ulcer, and the doctor, reliable doctor, told him that don't fast in your life again. Is he going to wait till when he's healed? He's not going to be healed. In that case, he has to be given what? Food in replacement of the fasting he missed. But somebody who, for one reason or the other, he just felt sick during the month of Ramadan. He just felt sick for 1 or 2 days. Such people will pay for it after the Ramadan has what? Has elapsed, has finished. Then he said, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا وَعَلَى سَفَرٍ, فَالْمَرِيض, he said, the ill person, وَالْمُسَافِرْ, and somebody who is on journey, مَعْفُوًا مِنَ الصَّوْمِ, they are excused from fasting. They are excused from fasting. وَعَلَيْهِ مَنْ يَقْضِيَ صَوْمَهُمَا فِي أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى. He said, it is left for them that they should pay, these two sets of people should pay for the days they missed. They should make up for the days they missed after Ramadan. ثُمَّ تَذْرُ الْآيَةَ أَفْوًا عَنِ الطَّائِنِينَ. Then the ayah continues to say that then فَالْمَرِيض, then ثُمَّ تَذْرُ الْآيَةَ أَفْوًا. This verse also excuse who? And the ta'in, those who are elderly people. They have grown to certain level that they cannot fast again. If they fast, it becomes very what? It becomes difficult for them. They cannot fast. They are given this amnesty for elderly people. And somebody who is ill, that his illness is not expected to heal at the nearest time possible. الَّذِينَ لَا يُرْجَى شِفَاؤُهُمْ, those that is not expected, they are not expected to heal up. There are some people like that, as we said, terminal illness. Therefore, such people will not fast again. What is their responsibility? Their responsibility is to give food to those who are in need. وَتَرْفَ عَنْهُمْ فَرِيدَةَ الصَّوْمِ. He said, this set of people, fasting is no more obligatory for them. It has been lifted for them. لِيَدْفَعُوا بَطْلَهَا كَفَّارَةٌ أو كَفَّارَةً, so that they will pay atonement in replacement of the fasting they miss. They will have to atone for it. What is it? Anybody that miss fasting, you are expected to give 3/4 of mudu per person in a day. That is not full mudu, 3/4. If you divide it into 4, 3 of it is going to those who are in need. Yes, that is what is expected. Takulu wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu. The ayah is saying wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu, those that have talk or face talk, or talk or simply means what? Hardship. Either because of old age or because they are seriously ill, they cannot endure to fast. Fidyatun ta'amu miskin. They should atone by feeding what? The poor people, miskin. Those who are in need. They should atone for it. They should feed them with food, as I said, explained earlier. ثم يقول الآية, then the verse is saying فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ. Whoever voluntarily wants good, then is good for him. What does it mean? He will explain it. مَنْ تَطَوَّعَ لِلْإِطْعَامِ أَكْثَرْ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. Yes, the obligation is that you should pay 3/4 of food, give it to those who are in need. But if you can afford more than that, it's good for you. Like now, what is obligatory on you is 3/4 of 1 mudu. But you decided that, in as far as I have the money, I will be giving 3 mudu in a day. 3 mudu of food in a day. He said, Allah said, for who khairullah, it's good for him. He earns more what? More reward. Then, wa khairan tabayyan al-ayah hakika wa anta sumu khairul lakum. Then Almighty Allah said, wa anta sumu, you should fast is better for you. In which aspect here he said, استدل بعد بهذه الآية على أن الصوم كان في بداية التشريع واجبا تخيريا. He said some people try to bring present evidence that some fasting from the beginning when Almighty Allah legislated, it is wajib ikhtiyari. What do we mean by wajib ikhtiyari? Wajib that is optional. What do we mean by wajib that is optional? Like Salatul Jummah, as far as the share word is concerned, Salatul Jummah is wajibul ikhtiyari. If you like, you go and participate in Salatul Jummah. And if you don't like, you pray Zuhr in replacement of what? Of Jummah. Yes, but today our Maraji are laying emphasis that in as far as where you are, the Imam leading the prayer has the qualities, has the characteristics of Imam that can lead prayer. It is well encouraged that we should be going for what? Jummah. It's very funny because at times we, brothers, we build mosque and we are praying Jummah. We are not attending. How do you want external person to come and attend? I'm talking based on experience. A Jumat mosque built by share, but the shares in the community, they are not attending. And you want others to come and attend? It doesn't make sense. What matters is here is that he's saying that some people have their own evidence that some from beginning is wajibul ikhtiyari. You can decide to do it. What is that wajibul ikhtiyari mean? Wa kana al-muslimun mukhayyirin bayna as-sawm wal fidya. They choose either to fast or just to pay atonement, fidya for those who deserve it. That is, during that time, before Allah make it mandatory, as I have right either to fast or I say, no, I cannot fast. When it is time for iftar, I give food to who? That is what is meant. One of them is wajib. Either you fast or you feed the people who are in need. Then ثم نسخ هذا الحكم. He said after then this law was abrogated. بعد أن تعود المسلمون على الصوم. After the Muslims have become familiar, used to fasting. No, it's not easy. Yeah? That is why when we are fasting for 30 days, some people in their life, they cannot imagine you will not eat from morning till evening for 30 days. They don't know we are already used to it. It's a commandment of Almighty Allah. We just have to abide by it, inshallah. Then he said, then after then, asbah wajiban einiyan. After the law has been abrogated. What do we mean by abrogation? That is, it is no more wajibul ikhtiyari. You cannot choose whether to fast or to feed people. Now it has become compulsory einiyan. Compulsory einiyan is that fasting is compulsory for everybody. There's no option to fasting, except where you have excuse, as we said earlier. Those who have excuse, who are on journey or they are sick, they are excused. In as far as you don't find yourself in this group of people, you must what? You must fast. Walakin Zahir al-Ayah, this person now, the owner of the Mufassir, he said, the apparent verse, what the verse is saying apparently, Yadul ala Takid Akhar, is showing another emphasis, ala falsafati Sawm, that is talking about the philosophy of what? Of fasting. Wa ala nahazi ibadah, that this particular type of worship, that is fasting, kasair al-ibadat, is just like other ibadat, other worship. La tazidullah azama, whether you fast or you don't fast, it does not increase Allah in what? In greatness. What does our fasting has to do with Almighty Allah? We are doing it for our own sake. Therefore, if you do it and you refuse, you have what it takes to do it and you refuse to do it, it does not decrease Allah in anything. We that we are doing it, it does not increase Allah in anything. But Almighty Allah, we are doing it submissively to tell Allah that you commanded us to do it and we are doing it. But ta'udu kullu fawaidiha ala nas. He said all the benefits are coming back to us, as we said. It is a month of training. If you are able to train yourself in Ramadan, you will see the good effect of Ramadan after the end of Ramadan. That is why I said anybody that fasts and after Ramadan does not see any change positively in him, he should only know that he succeeded in starving himself. That is all. We don't need to argue. Or at least the reward he is going to get from it is very, very what? Minor, little. Ashahid al-Azalik, he said, Al-Azalik ma jaa fil Quran min tabin mushaba al-Azalik. He said, what he's saying, when he said, wa anta sumu khairu lakum, he said there's something similar to this in the Quran al-Kareem, ba'da dhikr wujub salatul Jumu'ah. When Allah is saying, he's talking about salatul Jumu'ah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha nudiya lis-salati min yawmil jumu'ah fas'aw ila dhikrillahi wa dharul bay' dhalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. Idha nudiya lis-salati, when the adhan of is pronounced on the day of Jumu'ah, fas'aw ila dhikrillah, you should haste. This is commandment to the remembrance of Almighty Allah. Then Allah says dhalikum khairul lakum, that is better for you. But upon all that command, we said, as far as our Fatah of Maraji is concerned, and as far as the Mazhab Tashayu is concerned, Jumat is not compulsory during the occultation of who? Of Imam Sahib al-Zaman. Until after his reappearance. The same thing, that is why he cited this verse to buttress what he said. Where Ibrahim, he quoted another verse, where Ibrahim, he called aliqawmi ibudullah wattaku ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ بِهَذَا تَبَيَّنَ أَنَّ عِبَارَةً. He said with this, it becomes very clear, أَنَّ عِبَارَةً, that this sentence or this phrase, وَأَنْ تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ, to fast is better for you, مُوَجَّهَةً إِلَى كُلِّ صَائِمٍ, is directed to all those who are fasting. لَا إِلَى مَجْمُوعَةٍ خَاصَةٍ, not on particular set of people. No, it's directed to everybody. Akhir al-ayah fi batina, he said the last verse in this verses that we are talking about, where he said, Shahr Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Tatahaddath an zaman as-sawm, is discussing about the time of fasting. Wa ba'd ahkamihi, and some of the laws that is connected to fasting. وموتياته and the implication of fasting. تقول شهر Ramadan, he's saying the month of Ramadan هو الشهر الذي فرض فيه الصيام is a month that Siyam, fasting, is made obligatory. وهو الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. It is the month that the Quran was revealed. هدى للناس. This Quran is revealed as a guidance for who? For mankind. وبينات من الهدى, and the explanation for this guidance والفرقان, and is a criterion. Quran is a criterion. What does it mean by criterion? بين الحق والباطل, between the truth and the falsehood. Here معيار معرفة الحق والباطل, as I said earlier, it is a criterion of knowing the truth and the falsehood. You know, when we were small, I don't know if it is still happening now. When we were small, there is a practical we used to do. Allah is great. That time we don't even know religion very well. When you argue with a Christian, you will ask him to go and bring his Bible. I don't know whether some of us know it. There's where they call Job 17, quote, Job 17. You will put something there, scissors, so that you will have a place where you put your hand. When you put the scissors there, you tie the scissors with the Bible. Then you will tell the Christian man, you should hold it. He should hold it. He said, you will say that if the Quran is truth, let the Bible stay, let it turn. Do you understand what I'm saying now? If the Quran is truth from Almighty Allah, let the Bible start turning. Wallahi ta'ala, you will see how Bible will be rolling. Seriously. I don't know whether children are still doing it now. And you tell him to stop again. If Bible is the right one, let the Bible turn. Bible will stay, it will not turn. This one is not what I was told though. We have done it practically. When we were small, we have done it practically. That time, that is what we used to, small argument with Christians. We say, okay, you say you are right, go. You will say yes, okay, go and bring Bible. They will bring Bible. We put scissors in Job 17. Then we tie it. You just put your hand, so that while you put scissors is so for you to be able to put your hand. You see a place where you put your hand. You will repeat this word. If Quran is right, let the Bible turn. It will be turning with force. After it stops, you say, okay, if Bible is the truth, let it turn. The Bible will stay. It will not turn. Therefore, when he said Quran miyar al-haq, ma'rifat al-haq wal-batil, Quran is the criterion of knowing the truth and the falsehood. There's no doubt about that. Today, the world is confused, especially those who are not after the truth. See the rate the Islam is spreading all over the whole world. They were trying, yuriduna an yutfi'u nurallahi wallahu mutimmu nurihi. They want to extinguish the light of Almighty Allah, but Allah swear with himself that Allah must perfect his light. That is why today you see, I don't know, there is a lady called Lily J. Some of us know her. Lily J, do you know her? Yeah, she converted to Islam. She does, at times she will do it, forget about the hijab. At times she will do hijab, at times she will not do. But the most important thing, she is very committed. She's Australian. That time somebody was telling me she's not doing hijab. I said, Mala, we that we have been doing Islam for the last 30 years, don't we still have some people that are not doing hijab now? Do you, because of them, because of that, try to castigate the person? Maybe it's small. This lady, do you know why she converted? This one they call this AI something. They call AI. Chat GPT. She has used it several times to ask this Chat GPT if Quran, many questions, but she has no alternative. She said, I cannot continue to deceive myself. And after this lady converted, wallahi, the Islam she has spread today, I know that most of us have not even, we are not close to her. She's converting everywhere. Issue of Gaza, if you see the kind of charity work she's doing there. Therefore, it is time for Islam to dominate the world. They are just wasting their time. There's nothing they can do about it. Therefore, Quran has come as a criterion to differentiate between the truth and what? And the falsehood. And when Quran comes, there's nothing except one want to. Many people that get converted to Islam today, they get converted through even Bible. They went to Bible. After the Bible castigate Quran, some of them forced themselves to take Quran and read. They said it is Bible that guided us to what? To Quran. And through Quran, they get converted to Islam. One church was complaining in UK. He said, most of our churches now have been converted to mosque. Why? Because now people are no more going to church. Instead of that church to be there without people coming, they decide to sell it. And whenever they want to sell it, Muslims go and buy it. When they bought it, they convert it to what? To mosque. Therefore, Islam has come to stay. The earlier, the better. Because once you know the truth, it is only the truth that can guide human beings. And only the truth seeker can get guided. If there are people who are with the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam during his own time, they are seeing him face to face and they are not guided. Will you force them to guide? Because they have not prepared themselves to be guided. And once they have not prepared themselves to be guided, how do you think they can get guided? I think it's almost time. Okay. Inshallah, I think then here, ثم تؤكد ثانية حكم المسافر. He said here, then it lay emphasis, the law of somebody who fasts and is on journey, while married and somebody who is sick. فمن شهد. This one will continue with God inshallah tomorrow. May Allah continue to guide us. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.